Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to NXT. And tonight officially marks us away 5 weeks until the first ever NXT Deadline pay-per-view. And tonight we'll see the continuation of the qualifying matches for the men's and women's Iron Survivor matchups. If you guys are new to what we started last week, there at NXT TakeOver Deadline, there will be 2 matches. An Iron Survivor men's match and an Iron Survivor women's matchup. It'll be 5 superstars in each matchup. It will be a 25-minute Iron Man matchup essentially, and the person with the most pinfalls and submissions walking out of that matchup will go on to NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver and take on the NXT Champion or the NXT Women's Champion there live at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver WrestleMania weekend. And like we mentioned before, we saw the multiple superstars qualify last week. We're going to see the third and fourth ones qualifying later on tonight. And for the men's side right now, you got a brutal rivalry that we saw between the Blackpool Combat Club and Wardlow. And obviously, we saw it at NXT TakeOver War Games. Wardlow's team ended up walking out victorious. So, question is this the continuation of this rivalry, or is this just this has just happened to be a kind of a one-off of what we've seen in this brutal rivalry between Wardlow and the Blackpool Combat Club? But certainly this has been a lot of build-up, and Wardlow he's been building himself as a absolute monster ever since leaving the Blackpool Combat Club, and with the momentum this man has, certainly you got to believe it may carry it into this matchup and then also into NXT Deadline. But obviously Jon Moxley is a man that is not a easy person to face in the middle of the ring. It is not easy to deal with him in the center of that ring. So we'll see if Wardlow can once again defeat Jon Moxley. Referee has officially rung the bell. Here we go, as here comes Jon Moxley coming right after Wardlow, and Wardlow in a bad predicament already. He has himself in a Nikkita clutch. Wardlow might have to tap out. Middle of the ring. We're not even a minute into the damn matchup. But Wardlow trying to slip out of it, and he does with that massive elbow to the temple there of Jon Moxley. Last week here on NXT, we saw, like I mentioned, the start of those qualifier matches for the men's and women's side. Last week we saw Will Ospreay and Jay White qualify in these qualifying matches. And then for the women's side, we saw Zoe Stark and Roxanne Perez qualify. So already off to a hot start in these qualifying matches. Wardlow feeling himself up here tonight. Look at that, over the top rope. This guy is an absolute monster, and he can move around like a cruiserweight when he needs to. Talking about the other matchup tonight in your main event, it will be Bryan Danielson of the Blackpool Combat Club. He'll be taking on Malakai Black in a one-on-one contest where the winner will get themselves qualified to be into that NXT Deadline Iron Survivor matchup for the men's side. It's a big spear into the corner. Certainly, if Bryan Danielson can get himself into that matchup, certainly you got to believe that may favor him because of just his stamina and being able to last in the ring with the best of the best in the middle of that ring, honestly. And then for the women's side tonight, we got Nikkita Lyons taking on Chelsea Green, as we got ourselves a flying Wardlow, a big flying shoulder tackle, takes down Moxley, as also Meiko Satomura takes on Blair Davenport one-on-one in another women's qualifying match. So got ourselves a star-studded night for sure, as well as we got a women's tag team matchup later on tonight. Pinfall opportunity. Wardlow looking to put away Moxley early, but Moxley's a fighter. He is not going to go down without a big-time fight. But Wardlow now, is he thinking about the F10? He has him up. F10! Down goes Moxley. That certainly has to be it, correct? Yes, it is. Wardlow continuing to be ever impressive, continuing to ever since, like I mentioned, leaving the Blackpool Combat Club, he has been one impressive superstar, and he's only continuing it here in NXT. And he joins Will Ospreay and Jay White, and he'll be going to NXT Deadline as Wardlow a favorite in that matchup, certainly so, but can he last 25 minutes? Well, in 5 weeks' time, we'll find out if this warhorse will be able to do just that. And now we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we start the qualifying matches for the women's side tonight. As we got Chelsea Green making her way down to the ring. Last week, we saw Sonya Deville, her tag team partner, have an opportunity to qualify. And, well, unfortunately for Sonya Deville, came up a bit short, losing to Roxanne Perez. But for Chelsea Green, maybe getting herself an opportunity into this matchup. I mean, certainly it's what she wanted. She wants to have her breakout moment, and well, certainly it's going to be the right place, right time, right here, right now. Obviously, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville would certainly love to get themselves a tag team title shot, but Sonya Deville has picked up massive singles wins over the last couple months. She's been building up her quite a good record since coming back here to NXT, but did fall up a bit short against Roxanne Perez, unfortunately for herself. So we'll see how her tag team partner will fare tonight, as there is Nikkita Lyons, former women's tag team champion. We'll see how she's going to fare, and obviously her former NXT women's tag team partner is actually already in that matchup for NXT Deadline. So imagine if we have a Nikkita Lyons Zoe Stark moment in that matchup. I'm sure Nikkita Lyons would love to, say, hey, I know we went our separate ways type of thing, went in singles direction, but hey, this is my time, not your time. Certainly ever since they went their singles direction ways type of thing, Zoe Stark has certainly had her breakout moment. Nikkita Lyons still trying to find her ground, but there's certainly plenty of time. This NXT women's roster is still trying to figure themselves out. Plenty of competition here in NXT, and that's what you love to see. A little bit of everything. And we're going to find out how she fares against Chelsea Green right here, right now. The referee ringing the bell. It is official matchup underway, and let's see what Chelsea Green is thinking. Oh my goodness, a Canadian destroyer. The first maneuver we see in the matchup. She pulling it out very quickly. Only if Chelsea Green should have went for, honestly, the pinfall. At least in my situation, if I'm hitting the Canadian destroyer to kick us off here, I'm coming right after her. I'm going for the pinfall, and you know what? I may not be able to get the 3 count I may be looking for right away, but hey, surprise pinfall right away, throw my opponent off. Why not? Chelsea Green just feeling herself up right now, just nonchalantly right now, but when you're facing off with a dangerous threat in Nikkita Lyons, with just how lethal her kicks are, that is something you've got to keep an eye on at all times. And she is a former women's tag team champion as well. So for Chelsea Green, when you get an opportunity to face a former women's champion, you got to take this very seriously. As Nikkita Lyons looking to go back to work here, is Chelsea Green able to kick her out? And oh goodness, again, Chelsea Green, it seems like she's not taking this lightly. It seems like she's kind of more of the showboating and not really looking forward to this matchup with Nikkita Lyons. Chelsea Green's kind of, honestly, it looks like for her, she's underlooking her opponent right now. And I think Nikkita might really sense that, and she may be trying to beat some respect into her. Say, hey, I'm someone you need to take seriously. And why not? As Nikkita Lyons with those big boots to the face, maybe that will wake up Chelsea Green a little bit. Nikkita all fired up here in Orlando, Florida. Chelsea Green may be in for a rude awakening. What is Nikkita thinking? Suicide dive, but no. Chelsea Green, maybe kind of baited Nikkita Lyons to coming out. And we'll see if Chelsea Green can capitalize here. But again, Nikkita Lyons one step ahead of her. Look at those kidney punches to Chelsea. Certainly not going to be feeling the best when Chelsea gets out of this matchup, unless she could somehow steal a victory here. But this has been all Nikkita Lyons from the get-go. It seems like just Chelsea Green not taking this matchup too seriously, and if so, she shouldn't even been out here for this matchup. Might as well have given it to Sonya Deville for a second opportunity. And Nikkita Lyons is just running roughshod all over Chelsea Green here. Oh my goodness! Turning her inside out. Oh, wait a minute. Sonya Deville trying to stop the referee. This is an easy 3 count here. Chelsea Green, if she can somehow figure this out and keep herself in this matchup, this might be the right opportune time. But no, she got kicked out of her temple, and unlucky for Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville these last couple weeks, Nikkita Lyons will join her former women's tag team partner Zoe Stark, as it will be Nikkita Lyons, Zoe Stark, and Roxanne Perez officially in that matchup. We'll see who will join them later on tonight as Meiko Satomura and Blair Davenport go for that 4th spot in that matchup later on tonight. But big win for Nikkita Lyons, ladies and gentlemen. Much needed win for her career, and maybe a breakout moment. Not just tonight, but at Deadline. Cade and I are very happy that we have ourselves some new women's undisputed champions. Becky and Asuka certainly were the best of the best, and when they unified those women's tag team championships and defeated Toxic Attraction, a lot of stuff was up in the air, especially this women's tag team division. But I think it's time for us NXT women's tag teams here in NXT to step up, and I believe we're the very first ones. So we're going to be talking to Adam Pearce very, very soon about getting an opportunity against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez at those women's tag team championships very, very soon. Maybe possibly at NXT Deadline. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You guys are not getting yourselves any opportunities anytime soon. From what I understand, actually, we're supposed to be making our NXT Women's Tag Team debut tonight against you two. My name is Alba Fire, and right next to me is Isla Dawn, and we plan on taking over the Women's Tag Team division. And if we have to take you guys down so that we can make it to the top, this unholy union of us two will gladly bury you two 6 feet in the ground. We aren't really in the mood for a fight later. We're in the mood for a fight now. So Katana Chance and Caden Carter, welcome to the unholy union. Well, wait a minute, here we go. The brawl has started between all 4 women. Going live backstage here. As, oh, look at the double knees. Almost a code breaker type of maneuver. And a big elbow to Katana Chance. The unholy union is taken down. Caden Carter and Katana Chance back here. One of the newest tag teams we've seen. We've seen Alba Fire for months and months, here and there, but now we're seeing Alba Fire finding you could say a tag team partner of sorts, and this tag team is called the Unholy Union here live on NXT. Obviously, stuff is going to be built up for, and from what we understand, at least from what they were mentioning, we were supposed to see this as actually in a women's tag team matchup later on tonight, but certainly instead of that, we're getting ourselves a brawl backstage here. Who would have thought? As Isla Dawn taking down Katana Chance, you have Caden Carter doing a submission maneuver on Alba Fire. Everything is going down here tonight. And uh-oh, what is Miss Dawn thinking here? Oh no, not the hair. Not the hair. Look at that. Look at the face of Miss Dawn right there to Caden Carter. Absolute brutality in this backstage brawl live here at NXT. And now Alba Fire gets hit with a Hurricane Rana right on that. Was it sledgehammer? Or no, that's a shovel. It's a double knees there from Katana Chance. But holy crap. As again, Miss Dawn with the elbow to Carter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot more to get to as we are just moments away for the other women's matchup between Meiko Satomura and Blair Davenport. Well, certainly it cannot be an episode of Universe Mode if we don't have some kind of brawl or, just chaos going on. But there is Blair Davenport looking to qualify to be in that NXT Iron Women's matchup coming up in 5 weeks' time. She certainly has a great chance of doing that, but she's going to have to go through the ever-dangerous Meiko Satomura. I remember when Blair and Meiko came into NXT, they were in matches against each other quite a bit here in NXT, and they definitely know how the other one really operates. So we'll see how this matchup does tonight. I cannot wait. This is going to be hard-hitting for sure. If it's anything to what we've gotten in the past, certainly could be match of the night, certainly. And from what we saw, ladies and gentlemen, just this brawl moments ago, I can confirm to you, when that brawl was going down, I was kind of throwing out there that we weren't honestly too sure if it was that tag team matchup that we're scheduled to have tonight, but that was the scheduled tag team matchup. The Unholy Union was supposed to debut tonight against Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, but it seems like that matchup has been thrown out the window after the Unholy Union got the upper hand over Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. We'll see what this is going to lead up to. What can Adam Pearce do to rectify this tag team matchup that we didn't get to see tonight? As now here comes Meiko Satomura. She's been very close at times to, I wouldn't say the breakout opportunity or women's championship or anything, but I certainly believe, like a lot of superstars, for her, I believe, she's just a couple wins away from being that woman that can challenge for that NXT Women's Championship. And I think for Meiko Satomura, with how dangerous she is in the terms of her striking ability, I wouldn't put it past her for her to walk out NXT Women's Champion. But you never know what may happen here in NXT. Who's going to be the fourth woman to qualify here tonight, a part of this Iron Women's match? Referee has officially rung the bell. Here we go. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-main event of the evening. Since we were unfortunately not able to see that tag team matchup that we were scheduled to have tonight, and actually still to come tonight, you cannot forget about your new NXT North American Champion, Tony D'Angelo, who took that North American Championship away from Mustafa Ali last week here in the main event of NXT. He is the new champion. Ali no longer has a WWE career. So, big question is, what is next for Mr. Tony D'Angelo? We'll be hearing that tonight, as well as we have that big main event, Malakai Black versus Bryan Danielson. The winner will become the fourth member of the Men's Iron Survivor matchup. And I like it when you get an underdog, if it's the men's or the women's side in that matchup, because, hey, 25 minutes is a very long time. There's going to be opportune times where you may be down a couple pinfalls in that matchup, and you'd be like, okay, hey, opportune time. My opponent's down and out. Oh, okay, no one else is in the ring. Hey, pinfall real quick. Okay, hey, someone hits their finisher real quick. Okay, let me throw them out of the ring and then go for the pinfall on that superstar. Get yourself right back into it. So anything is going to be possible in this Iron Woman and Iron Man Survivor matchup coming up in just 5 weeks' time. And at NXT Deadline, we certainly have a big-time matchup. We have that unification matchup. Sting threw it out there. Kenny Omega accepted. So we are going to see it live there at NXT Deadline. It will be Kenny Omega, the NXT champion. Sting, the NXT United Kingdom champion, going at it for title. We'll see if Sting can win that big one, that big NXT championship, or will Kenny Omega be the NXT champion and the United Kingdom champion? We're talking about the unification though, but someone's going to walk out and someone's going to walk out loser, so anything is going to happen in the matchup. But certainly this matchup is, honestly, it's been there for months and months into the last year. Both superstars were on track. You saw Kenny Omega getting his, momentum building up. You saw Sting as well building up momentum. So, I mean, certainly these guys were both catching fire at the same time, and certainly we knew both men were going to meet up sometime, but we didn't know it was going to be that. Oh my goodness, what a stomp from Blair Davenport. Is that going to be it? 2. No, Meiko Satomura kicking out at 2.5. She just got the back of her neck stopped. Who is going to be who walks away from that? I know a lot of superstars have taken the curb stomp from like Seth Rollins and stuff over the years, but certainly this is a different variation of a stomp. That's a 2 feet to the back of the neck stomp. That's more force, I would believe, but absolutely craziness there that Meiko is still fighting, especially like being able to get stomped out like that. As now Meiko, what is she thinking of? Going to put away Blair Davenport. Uh-oh. Blair. Uh-oh. Misses. Oh, no! Big hit to the back of the head there of Blair Davenport. Pinfall opportunity. Oh, look at right there. Smart play there by Blair. Realizing, hey, last-ditch effort. I don't know if I can necessarily kick out. I'm going to grab that bottom rope right next to me. Use it to my advantage. Why not? It's a big old Death Valley driver to Blair Davenport. Pinfall opportunity. Does she realize? Yes, she does again. Right opportunity again. And Blair using it to her advantage. And Makita's like, hey, how is she still fighting? How is she having the recognition to grab that bottom rope when I had her dead to rights? As now Blair, oh my goodness, almost like a different variation of I'm lost in train of thought, I guess, but hell of a driver there from Blair Davenport. That may be enough. Almost like a Michinoku driver of sorts, I guess. As Blair looking to continue this momentum. Oh my goodness. And this matchup is definitely reminding me of what they had last year, those brawls that they had against each other. And oh my god, man, I mean, both women were both in Japan wrestling before they came here to NXT, so certainly you got to expect that different type of strong style between both women. And Meiko just trying to survive right now. That's all you can do. It. Oh my goodness, over the top rope. Single kick to the face. Took down Blair just enough to put her down for the moment. Can she capitalize? That big spinning forearm takes down Blair. And now, what you can dish out, I can dish out better. As now, Meiko Satomura, high risk, high reward. Frog splash there. She got all of it. She got all of it. But she's not going for the pinfall. She realizes she has to do more damage to Blair Davenport. You can feel this match heating up, and now Pele kick, center of the ring, and now Meiko looking to advance to NXT deadline. Can she do it? She hits this Death Valley driver, and certainly it has to be Blair nowhere close to the rope. 2, 3, yes it is. Meiko Satomura is going to NXT deadline. What a wrestling match. The physicality, the drama, everything you want in a matchup is right there. What a matchup. And you could say Meiko Satomura certainly could be the favorite in that Iron Woman matchup coming your way 5 weeks time. Holy cow. You really didn't think I was going to have my celebration out in front of you guys in Orlando. Yeah, absolute losers. Now I got my gabagoo, back here backstage, back in my RV area. I'm living the life as your new NXT North American champion, and there's going to be a new tradition, a new look around here in NXT. Those new changes, those new looks, of course, are going to be surrounding me. The Don of NXT. We no longer have to worry about Mustafa Ali. Is he going bye-bye? No longer. He's swimming with the fishes after I put him down for that 1, 2, 3 last week here in NXT. A lot of you might be thinking, what is next for the Don of NXT? What are my intentions with this NXT North American Championship? Well, it's very simple. After I won that breakout tournament, there's some major changes, like I mentioned, that need to be happening, but with this NXT North American Championship, well, it's certainly about giving these younger guys an opportunity. And you're probably thinking, what in the hell am I on about? Well, it's simple. Week after week after week, for months, I was talking to the likes of Axiom, Nathan, Frazier, Wesley, you name it, backstage here, to really see how they thought how NXT was. But I was just simply getting in their head. I knew exactly what I was going to do. They loved Mustafa Ali coming here to NXT and dethroning Christian Cage. But I'm the one that took down their leader, their savior. And you know what? I thought, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I'll give them an opportunity to get some redemption for their long-lost friend, the one that will no longer be here in NXT and WWE. So I've already talked to Adam Pearce, and the match is official for next week. It will be Wesley, Axiom, and Nathan Frazier in a triple threat match. Winner gets me at Deadline. Those aren't the only changes that will be happening in here in NXT, but I'll reveal those changes to NXT when I feel it's right to reveal those. So now get that hell out of my RV, get that camera out of my face, while I get ready to watch that triple threat matchup next week here in Orlando. Well, that will be a big-time triple threat matchup for us next week live here on NXT. And among that triple threat matchup, we will see the debut of the Unholy Union, as they will be taking on Katana Chance and Caden Carter in tag team action. And we'll also be finishing up the qualifying matches for the men's and women's Iron Survivor matchup. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for NXT next week, as it will bound to be absolute craziness, as well as Kenny Omega and Sting return to NXT next week live on NXT. We're supposed to hear from the Undisputed Era earlier today, but I'm being told they are MIA at the moment, whatever the hell that is supposed to mean. Obviously MIA is missing in action, but certainly what in the heck is it all about? But I am being told from Adam Pearce, the office of Adam Pearce, that Pretty Deadly and the Undisputed Era will be going at it for those NXT Tag Team Championships at Deadline. So another big time matchup will be coming your way. But now we're going to be figuring out who gets the 4th spot in the Men's Iron Survivor matchup. Will it be this man, Mr. Black, Malakai Black, or will it be Bryan Danielson? Could be a hard-hitting matchup like what we saw just a little bit ago between Meiko Satomura and Blair Davenport. We are certainly in for a show of the night. Match of the night, show of the night, everything of the entire night, because these guys are going to show you a lot of brutality, technical wrestling, all sorts of goodness coming your way live right now. And this is the type of matchup you'd want to see on like a pay-per-view, honestly. Too bad only one of these men will go on to NXT Deadline. Will it be Bryan Danielson, who is a multi-time WWE champion, or will it be Mr. Black, who is a former NXT United Kingdom champion? So much going on here live tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this jam-packed episode of NXT as we build up to NXT Deadline coming up very soon. Got a lot of big-time matches coming our way for Deadline. And like I mentioned, those two 25-minute Iron Man matches for the men's and women's side. Be a Iron Survivor Fatal 5-way matchup, essentially. The winner will be the person with the most pinfalls and submissions after 5 minutes. I'm being told if there were to be a issue where two superstars or multiple superstars have the same pinfall, those superstars would be restarted in that matchup. As here we go, the referee has rung the bell. Malakai Black coming right after Bryan Danielson. As Exploder suplex there takes down Bryan. Ooh, and a big stomp there from Black. Certainly Blackpool Combat Club didn't have the best start earlier on tonight as Wardlow beat Jon Moxley. Within the couple minutes of that matchup, he looked absolutely phenomenal doing it. And that sucks to say. As Malakai Black over the top rope. He goes down. Goes Bryan Danielson. Malakai Black has not lost a step since we've last seen him in WWE. He absolutely looks fresh tonight. That's what you'd like to see. Oh, look at these kicks. Bryan has to be very careful. He cannot let Mr. Black get involved with those kicks in this matchup because we know how dangerous Malakai Black's kicks are. We've seen it plenty of times in the series, especially when he's faced the best of the best one-on-one throughout the years. This man has been a phenomenal talent. And we're getting one of those matches right now. The best of the best are going at it right now. And right now, this is what Bryan needs to do. Attack the legs, the knees of Mr. Black, and kind of just target those knees. Slow down Malakai Black enough to where he can't get anything going because he's gonna focus on using that kicking game. And certainly that's all Malakai Black is all about. Now Bryan with those kicks, and now look at the strength of power to connect with that brutal neck suplex there, making that look very, very easy. Bryan kind of baiting Malakai Black into this armbar submission predicament here. Will Bryan be going to Deadline? No, at least not at this moment. I think Bryan needs this as soon as I say that. Fade to Black, Black Mass to Danielson, and he keeps himself in this matchup. Holy crap, he is not moving though. That was pure adrenaline from Bryan Danielson in the terms of kicking out, but that kick may have done more than it honestly looks like it did. Definitely knocked some. Oh my god, missed to the face from Aleister Black, and then a punt kick. And it seems like referee is going to allow this. I mean, there's no technically wrong with it, I suppose. No, Bryan capitalizes, able to block it. I thought that was going to be it, because certainly that second kick would have been enough to put away Bryan, but Bryan keeps himself in this matchup for the time being. Oh, and a brutal forearm strike there to Mr. Black. And another flatlining type of situation there to Mr. Malakai Black there. Good back and forth matchup as another Pele kick. Bryan keeping down Malakai Black as much as he can, but that's pure adrenaline right now. And look at this Exploder suplex. You got to get physical with this man at any time in this matchup, at any means possible. He's trying to keep him down, but every time he just keeps coming back up to his feet. DDT may certainly help out. Bryan trying to get this crowd behind him, trying to use those yes chants, but will that work? Oh no. One step ahead of him, pinfall opportunity. Was that the last ditch effort? But no. Strong kick out from Bryan. And look at Malakai Black. Oh no! Gets hit with that running knee, but oh no. Looks like maybe he hurt his buttocks. A little bit more on that, but we'll see how this works. As roll through. Should have went for the pinfall on that, honestly. That could have been a hell of a opportune time, as now this is what Bryan needs. The single leg submission hold, the left knee, the left leg, middle of that ring. Will he tap out? He's trying to fight out of it, and he does. How much damage was done to that left knee, though? Can he keep himself in this matchup any longer? We'll see how gingerly he works around that. And did you see that was his right knee, not the left knee? That was just damage in that submission hold here. So we'll kind of wait and see how this is going to really change up the momentum in this matchup. Oh, there's that left knee, the one that was just hurt. Certainly, like I mentioned, it's going to be pure adrenaline. Come on. Come on. You don't need to be doing that. Just choking out Bryan. I mean, certainly he has up to a 5 count, but with the damage that Malakai Black has done in this matchup, certainly not needed to be done. And he's all fired up right now, man. He's in his zone. This matchup has been all of Mr. Black, and now over the top rope, but he misses. Bryan Danielson was given too much time, and now Bryan gonna look to capitalize and bring the fight to him, but maybe not. He's gonna wait for Malakai Black to come inside the ring. He doesn't need to come after him. It's all about mind games, about who's gonna come out there, and Bryan, of course, going out there. I thought Bryan was actually going to be smart about this, but certainly at the end of this part in this matchup, certainly not the best strategy I certainly would have done, but I guess I'm not a former WWE champion like Bryan Danielson. Where to 4, now Bryan again going out there. Bad idea, and Malakai Black going to make him pay for it. Now back in the ring we go. Two superstars putting it all on the line in this matchup. Bryan now catching him off guard here. Into the Pele kick. Down goes Malakai Black, but all of a sudden, back up to his feet. Uh-oh, gonna go for a pump handle slam, maybe? No, pump handle gut buster. Keeping him off guard here, why not? And again, back and forth we go. These guys know each other quite well here in WWE, so certainly makes sense with this back and forth here, but this is phenomenal action we are witnessing here live here on NXT. This is to qualify for the NXT Iron Survivor matchup live there at NXT Deadline, which is officially 5 weeks away. And like I mentioned before, we will figure out who the 5th and final member of both the men's and women's side will be next week here live on NXT. We have ourselves a triple threat #1 contenders matchup. The winner faces the new NXT North American Tony D'Angelo at Deadline. That'll be a huge matchup as well. And oh, look at that. The tauntingness. The taunting. You just gotta love the mind games from both of these superstars. Into the pinfall. Will Bryan steal one here? Is this it? No. Strong kick out there. You almost had him there. But almost only counts in certain situations, but it didn't work out. Bryan has to continue to fight. He's got that blood gushing on the right side of his head right now. He's got to figure out something very, very quickly, very, very fast here. As, oh my goodness, that certainly will help. A brain buster out of nowhere. And you can see Bryan, he is fatigued right now. Both men putting on a clinic here. And a running knee to Malakai Black. But the rope break saves Malakai Black. But for how much more? Sit out powerbomb. He should have went for the pinfall. Bryan could have got himself that opportunity, but no. Not going for the pinfall just yet. Going for that jumping knee. Missed out. And this could be Malakai Black's time here. Spinning heel kick. Fade to Black. And now, oh, look at this. Aleister Black looking to steal it. And he does. Are you kidding me? The legs on the middle frickin' rope. Malakai Black, look at that, early in the match, misting him, and then a punt kick just for good measure. Ate that Bryan Danielson single leg submission earlier in the matchup, but look at this. Bam! Black mass. And then look, the nerve of this man, just to make sure he keeps Bryan down. The pinfall, cheating to win. But I am not confronting Malakai Black for sure, ladies and gentlemen, after that matchup. What a win for Malakai Black. Thank you guys, everyone, for joining in